Yeah, first, I mean, this deal was not intimidated per se. I mean, all the
Mhm.
transactions that we've done in our portfolio, almost all, have been done through like bilateral discussions. Having said that, it's often like a small process at the beginning, but we managed to navigate and get exclusivity. That's a bit the way we do deals.
Mhm.
Because I mean, we feel that going to long processes that potentially is a waste of time and money. And I think that with experience, when we like an asset, either we try to get it at our terms or either we walk away. It's very important, and we see that like not to pay the right price and not like to be like kind of taken in some allocation process where people start like to be disconnected like to the intrinsic value of the asset. So that's very important. To come back to this data center, I mean, there was kind of a process organized by a small advisor who didn't really know what could be the type of investors. And the good thing is we're discussing another transaction with them. So when we heard about these transactions, so quickly we managed to talk to the management. I mean, the good thing also is kind of was a probably like a process a bit messy, and nothing against the company or the advisor. Is just like, I mean, they didn't have like it was owned like by the PE fund in the past, so there was a bit of accounting kind of to be redone, etc. So I mean, the fact of having some kind of hairy process is a good thing, we think, because I mean, if we like the kind of the big picture of the asset, you may have less competition because people don't have time like to deep dive in an assets and they want like things to
Mhm.
be kind of a bit more I would say tidy for them, so they can like provide like an offer. So I mean, on this one, for instance, we had to almost redo the business plan, hire an advisor to help us on this, which, by
Mhm.
the way, creates some kind of goodwill with management. We had a lot of interaction. And also it helped us also to test management because, I mean, part of our due diligence process, we are buying not assets, but we are buying operating companies. So we have to make sure that management will deliver the business plan and also are good enough in order like to be able to implement the kind of growth strategy that we're going to implement. And we do that for all our assets. And we have lesson learned. We were disappointed by some management that probably we misjudged at the very beginning. And I think that's important that as an investor, we take some hard decisions if we feel that we don't have the right management at this right level of development of the company to be able like, to change it and people understand it.
Mhm.
So that's a bit part of the due diligence we've done. So we managed to rebuild this business plan with the management. And as the management will kind of run the business, the day-to-day business, and in, they need to own this business plan also. So that was important also that they felt confident that they could deliver it because they're going to be part of the journey for many years. And also part of our due diligence was to kind of identify the growth area. I mean, we managed to see that there was some land around the data center we considered. We
Mhm.
managed to also like to get some comfort that the power was available. There was a path to get the power available there. That's we worked on this in order like to identify the growth area. So I think when we perceive an investment, not only for data center, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have a kind of a defensive case where you have like very comfortable. There
Yeah.
could be like a crash test also, which is also interesting, like to take into account. But also, once you have like this kind of comfort, try to develop those kind of growth areas in order like to get your extra returns. So that's probably how we approach those deals. So avoid those auction processes. Try to get some more like I wouldn't say personal, but almost like kind of close contact discussion with management. Get confidence that you're going to do something together. We're going to do something together, sorry. And also be kind of confident that we're going to be able like to grow the business together.